Yeah, I got a little bit of a pissy attitude right now. I think it has a little more to do with the fact that ye old state of California's DOJ has gone and decided to use the big black one up my ass. But something ain't right here. So, without further ado, this is the guardsman on speaking, and I done had enough of the bullshit. So we're going to have a little bit of ourselves a talk. Situation is this, and I hope that you guys are, all paying attention here, because it's about to get gnarly. How best to say this? Now, I just went off on a tangent and a rant about like 45 minutes ago, and I don't think I'm even going to upload that one. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to delete that one. But there has been a situation which has been developing. It's been very obvious, thanks to those of us here on YouTube who have been ringing the bells and blowing the whistle, Thank you all, patriots everywhere. Thank you all. Because you are the true militia. You are the ones who are doing the good deeds. Don't ever stop. Don't ever give up. Don't ever back down. This is a situation that we cannot lose anymore. I am remiss of my duties. And I have to say this because the reality is, I am remiss of my duties. In so much that I have allowed the Department of Justice, in order to charge me with criminal offenses, which I did not commit, nor would I have an interest of committing, and then to utilize that as leverage in order to press me into felonious record, we'll say it that way. I was given a felony for doing the right thing, for protecting American lives. Yeah, sure, whatever. It was against somebody who was, at the time, an American, I'm pretty sure. But the guy is, and I don't know how the hell to say this other than to say, how the fuck is he still, around his children? How is this man allowed to be walking around in public? How the fuck is he still a firefighter? Because last I checked, he got booted from that. Yet he shows up here right next door with a fucking full-on firefighter t-shirt, all the updo and whatnot, his kid on the fucking hip and shit. And this is the guy that went and levied false accusations against me. And they were false because there was no intent. I want to make that very clear. Every single time I say something about this guy, there was never any intent to act, as far as I'm concerned. The only intent I had was to stop this guy. And as it stands, he has repetitively made it known to me that he is well more than capable of threatening my life. And thanks to our lovely government, I cannot defend myself. Which is saying, don't miss, motherfucker. Don't miss. That's what these people in the Department of Justice are saying. Don't miss. Because if you miss, then he's going to come after you. And he's going to come after you with all the power of the Constitution. And there's nothing we can do about it. Because the reality of the situation is, this man has threatened my life twice. Under protection of restraining order. He is the one who has the restraining order against yours truly and then walks through it to go and threaten my life. I am not able to respond because I am still, as of yet, a felon. Which brings me to my next point. Y'all should send it to somebody else because I don't have the information in order to go and fulfill your requests. As it just so happens, the fellow that has my information, so to speak, you know, the information that's necessary, you know, like, I don't know, the letter of employment, the job opening, happens to be one of the guys I like to go out and just, you know, go shoot some targets with, because, yeah, he's got a bigger fucking arsenal than I do. Go figure. Bit of a leftist, but, you know, who gives? He's got more guns than I could ever dream of having. And yet this guy, he's not able to get said letter to me, letter of employment, nor is he able to get what he's understands me to be, as far as, you know, his written assigned letter or whatever to the courts. He's not able to do that because he lives in Long Beach. And the property that he needs me to work on is in Chandler, Arizona. Which means that I can't go do the job, even though he really does need my help. I can't have, legally speaking, the firearm that was my inheritance. My inheritance. The trailer was supposed to go to one of my sisters. The boat was supposed to go to a buddy of ours. And the different vehicles or whatever were supposed to go to other members of my family, not to me. Instead, I got stuck with all the shit that I have to go and pay taxes on. And the one thing that I was actually left in the will, I'm not allowed to legally have because of dude that threatened my life. And the lives of every single person there at the hospital. You do understand that when a man is undercover, the only way that he can actually continue to line that cover is by acting 100% as if he is not who he really is. Imagine for a second, all right? Undercover officers, undercover law officers. I'm dyslexic. Fuck you. I'm trying to actually say all of this, and yeah, I get tongue-tied. The reality of the situation is that undercover officers of the law know and recognize the danger that I was in personally, having to deal with this gentleman. Also knowing for a fact that this man was armed at the time when he was threatening my life, and just recently, across the street, showing his face here. And I know that, you know, most law officials, such as, you know, your court jesters, judges, whatever, they don't recognize this as a threat. But we who live on the streets, who operate in the real world and have a recollection of and an understanding of what goes on in the real world, this is a threat against your life. An unspoken, ungarnished threat. But a threat nonetheless. So if this man still has a restraining order against me, I'd like to know how the fuck that's possible, legally speaking. When you threaten a man's life, and then you stick around and just, you know, and then you come back over and over again, and this man does nothing to you except turn around and walk the other direction, lock down the fucking property he's on, leave you alone, do everything he can to stay the fuck away from you. That is a terrorist act. Okay? So, I gotta go because obviously my phone's about to fuck up on me. So, have a good one. And hopefully I win this particular case. I know it's not looking very good at this particular juncture, so God bless. Semper Fi. Hoorah. Commodore Price out.